watching News 8.
We're back with Lynn Mucenski-Keck, the CPA and partner with the Bonadillo Group. We've been talking about the CARES Act, and now I want to focus in on what this means for businesses locally. I know that the size of the business determines part of the answer to that question. Let's start with small businesses.
Thanks. Yes, we're very, passionate about helping our businesses in the area because oftentimes they employ so many of our neighbors. And so through the CARES Act, they allowed this new program called the Paycheck Protection Program. And it essentially, in a very generalistic term, allows people to go and get a loan for 2.5 months of their average payroll and potentially be forgiven for that loan. The caveat, as you mentioned earlier, is that in general, you have to have 500 or less employees. This is really significant, though, to try to keep people on the payroll during this trying time. In addition, there's also an EIDL program that's out there for disaster areas. So it's a Small Business Administration economic disaster loan. And essentially, New York State has been declared as a disaster area. So this allows small businesses, again, to go out and get additional funding. The caveat being there is no debt forgiveness with the EIDL program. The beautiful thing about the EIDL program, though, is 3 days after you apply, whether or not you even get the EIDL loan or not, they're going to provide you with a $10,000 stimulus, and that doesn't have to be repaid.
What will this CARES Act mean for mid-sized businesses?
Right, because mid-sized businesses are struggling too, and we have heard that the next bill that might go through Congress will be directed towards those businesses. For now, there's a mid-sized loan that was provided in the CARES Act, and they're going to essentially be providing loans at a 2% rate and then defer the interest and principal payments for at least 6 months, so that's good. The bigger item, though, for those mid to large-sized businesses, which they define as 500 plus, essentially is this ability to defer your payroll tax for your employees, so your OASDI. And so that is going to be a large revenue driver that they won't have to pay that tax for any of that period between now and the end of the year until actually December 31st of 2021 and December 31st of 2022. That's a huge cash impact for them.
No doubt. Hey, let's finish up with changes to the tax law. What can we look for here?
Yeah, it kind of revamped our significant tax law change that happened 2 years ago. Now, if you generate a net operating loss in 18, 19, or 20, they're going to allow you to carry it back 5 years. And then there's also significant changes that were made to the interest expense limitation rule, which in businesses that could be limiting to them to actually be able to deduct their interest expense related to financing. So there has been some significant moves in that area as well.
All right, Lynn, thank you for your insight. We absolutely appreciate it. Stay well.
You too. Take care.
Again, Bonadillo's website has more information, bonadillo.com/COVID-19. We'll share that online as well at rochesterfirst.com.